Hello, everyone, and welcome to Hello Word. I'm your host, Alex, and I'm thrilled to have you join me today as we explore another fascinating word in the English language. Our word for today is degree. So, what does degree mean? Well, at an A2 level, degree refers to a level or amount. Think of it as how much or how intense something is. We often use it to describe the extent of something, like how hot it is or how much we agree with someone. It's a really useful word for expressing intensity or quantity in various situations. Now, let's dive into some synonyms for degree. A good synonym for degree is level. For example, we can say the level of difficulty of the test was quite high instead of the degree of difficulty of the test was quite high. Another synonym is extent. We can say, to what extent do you agree with this proposal? Which is similar to asking, to what degree do you agree with this proposal? Another useful synonym is amount. For instance, the amount of effort he put in was impressive. This is similar to saying, the degree of effort he put in was impressive. And how about scale? We could say on a scale of 1 to 10, how happy are you? Which conveys a similar meaning to asking about the degree of happiness. Also, consider the word measure. For instance, what measure of success do you expect? Relates to the degree of success expected. Now, let's explore some antonyms for degree, words that have the opposite meaning. One antonym could be absence. For example, we can say there was a complete absence of evidence, which is the opposite of saying there was a high degree of evidence. Another antonym is lack. There was a lack of interest in the project. This is the opposite of a high degree of interest. We can also think of the word nothing. If there's nothing, then there's no degree of something. For example, there was nothing I could do to help. Another opposite could be zero. A 0 degree of something means there's none of it. Imagine saying, there is 0 tolerance for bullying, which implies no degree of tolerance is acceptable. Another antonym is insignificance. If something has insignificance, it implies a very low degree of importance. For example, the issue was of utter insignificance to the committee. Now, how do we use degree in everyday life? Well, imagine you're talking about the weather. You could say, the temperature today is 30 degrees Celsius. Or if you're talking about how much you like something, you might say, I like this song to a high degree. You might also hear someone say, to some degree, I agree with you, which means they agree partially. In a classroom setting, you could say he achieved a high degree of accuracy on the test. In common expressions, you might encounter phrases like a large degree of, or to a certain degree. For instance, there is a large degree of uncertainty about the future. Or, to a certain degree, I understand your frustration. Let's look at some more usage examples of degree in sentences and phrases. The degree of difficulty increased as the game progressed. She showed a high degree of commitment to her work. The project was successful to a significant degree. He has a bachelor's degree in engineering. Please turn the air conditioning down a few degrees. The painting was damaged to a small degree. There's a certain degree of risk involved in this investment. I admire her to a great degree. He's responsible to a large degree for the success of the project. We need to analyze the situation to a greater degree. She felt a degree of sadness when her friend moved away. There was a noticeable degree of improvement in his grades. The earthquake measured 6 degrees on the Richter scale. He felt cold to some degree despite wearing a jacket. The water was heated to a high degree. The food was spicy to a surprising degree. There is a varying degree of understanding among the students. He has a master's degree in business administration. The company's success is attributed to a large degree to its innovative marketing strategies. There is a considerable degree of truth in what he says. The illness affected his daily life to a significant degree. She mastered the skill to a remarkable degree. The movie was entertaining to a certain degree, but ultimately forgettable. His reaction seemed out of proportion to the actual degree of the problem. We appreciate your help to a very high degree. Well, that brings us to the end of today's episode on the word degree. We've learned that degree means level or amount, and we've explored its synonyms like level, extent, amount, scale, and measure, as well as its antonyms like absence, lack, nothing, zero, and insignificance. We've also seen how degree is used in everyday conversations and common expressions. Thanks for joining me today. Before you go, please subscribe to Hello Words so you don't miss out on future episodes. And if you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review. Your support helps others find the show. Now, for your challenge. I encourage you to create your own sentence using the word degree and share it as a comment under this video. I'm excited to see what you come up with. Keep learning, keep exploring, and I'll see you in the next episode of Hello Word.